Hey there everyone, this is Shatty doing some post commentary for this one at 350% speed for pretty much most of this, so this video is actually going to be pretty goddamn short. Basically we're investigating the Terminus cave here, which is a big old mine, and I thought I'd bring the Pikachu with me for two reasons. One, I was hoping that Flash would be a lot like it happened in the Reflection Cave, where it gave me little to no random encounters at all. But unfortunately that didn't happen because I got one pretty much after like the first 5 minutes. And it just wasn't very nice. The second reason I had the Pikachu is because I know it learns Nuzzle, and it learns Nuzzle at level 20, I think it's 3. So I'm going to have it learn Nuzzle so I can complete one of the quests in the time that we've just been in. And I had some unfortunate luck with this trainer here. The second Graveler actually self-destructed on Jess here, but could still take him out. I just wish that I was able to use Fake Out very effectively. Now, the Pokemon I'm actually looking for to catch for the turn, actually he's one of those Pokemon that falls down from the ceiling. And what could also fall down from the ceiling is an Ariados. I tried to catch this one with a quick ball. It wasn't having it, and it pretty much killed poor Jess with a pin missile. I think around this point I was thinking, Flash isn't doing its job. Since when does it ever really do its job? It's a useless move. So I just decided to drop repels, and I honestly burn a lot of repels here, mainly because I end up getting lost later trying to find the exit, rather than just do the cope to where I was now, jump over the 3 ledges and head out that way. But I'm a big horrible derp who doesn't know what he's doing and got lost and burned like about 3 repels trying to do that, and decided, sack it, I'm just going to use an escape rope. I ended up doing that this time just so I could get the star piece, which is you can just sell it for money. But the reason I've had Jess up front anyway, aside from the fact that its level is quite low, a lot of the trainers here use fighting types, or otherwise use things that are like low special defense, which Jess can exploit and just murder people's faces. Also, I brought Pikachu along, like I said, because I want Nuzzle. You can also learn Rock. It also has Rock Smash, so I need Rock Smash to get through pretty much to get most of the goodies that I kind of want. I've just picked up the Dust Stone there. What that is going to do, that is going to finally evolve Gearburn into its true form, its true goddess slaying form. But I didn't really have any faith in Jess actually killing anything here, so I had Kelly do this job. Unfortunately this Sark has sturdy, so it does get a hit in. Probably could have switched Jess in there at Fake Out to break the sturdy, and then just psychic and it would have died. But I think at that point where Pikachu was learning the Electro Ball, I was like, wait, when does Pikachu learn the thing? But anyway, here's the Pokemon I actually wanted. It was a Noibat, and I had horrible luck with Noibat. So you're actually not going to see a lot of Noibat encounters, mainly because every time I had a Pokemon drop on my face, it was a Ariados, and I think the only times I had Noibats I actually had to cut out for time reasons, because all this stuff I did took an hour, which is kind of annoying. Well, it wasn't less annoying, but it was kind of more annoying at Terminus Cave. He's going to show, like, unfortunately it's going to show in the next few parts, but I felt rather disinterested in actually doing recordings, unfortunately. But yeah, I was looking for when Pikachu learned Nuzzle, when it was learning Electro Ball. This section here, you don't really need to go here just yet, but I am actually going to. There's a dual battle on the way, and there's this battle here with the Probo Pass. It has sturdy, but Kai can deal with it with a superpower. No big deal. But this guy here actually blocks the path to a legendary Pokemon, and you can only get it in post game once you're the Pokemon League champ. Reaperclaw evolves a certain Pokemon when it's held. I think it's at night time, and I forget which Pokemon it is. I've already done a previous take of this trying to figure that out, and just like I wasn't having it. Alright guys, I have a little bit of faith in having Jess kill this thing. Arguably I probably should have used, I was thinking of using the fire attack move it has. I forgot what the fire attack move it has. To actually, I thought it was going to be quad weak, but no it's not. But as far as the main part of the cave is concerned, the other thing I haven't found is a Noibat. Which I'm probably going to come back to. I'm going to come back to later, actually, to try and get. Because basically, I have, as far as I'm concerned, I have what I wanted. I wanted the stone for Gearman and another Iodo, so it's pretty great. And the TM that's in this main area, which I think was the TM for Shadow Ball. Which means now I'm actually going to be teaching that to Sylveon to give it a bit of coverage moves, and I can actually teach it to a lot of my other Pokemon that move as well. It's basically it's a slightly weaker version of Psychic. I think it's 80 power compared to Psychic's 95. But other than that, it's actually pretty good. Lower special defense. It's pretty good. But yeah, these guys both had sturdy things, and crits do not bother things with sturdy. You're always going to live with high HP. But yeah, about this point, I was like, I'm just going around in circles. I can't find the exit, so I just went, you know what, sack it. I'm just going to use an escape rope to get out of here. Now, I was only going into this chamber here. That chamber I'm actually going to come to later. That has a TM in that one. There's also a Sky Train if you go down the rails. And while I was here, I did the side quest for Nuzzle. I went back to the town for healing. And to get Kunoichi, because I didn't actually bring her with me. And I thought, there was a reason why I taught a False Swipe, and it's for catching Pokemon like this, considering I'm kind of like stupidly high levels. This fight, I was thinking that this Sock had Sturdy, so Fake Out, get rid of the Sturdy. Unfortunately, it had its other ability which stopped it from being flinched. I think it's Steadfast that does that. But yeah, it did get a hit in on me. But this chamber that's here, I thought, you know what, I'll just use Flash and I'll be in and out. But I get like 3-4 encounters here, and I'm just like, Flash is absolutely useless. As is this normal gym, by the way, but that actually regrows. So those that came actually went in earlier and then went back out. Did slightly look better with the encounters there, but I got the TM for Brick Break. I'm actually going to teach that to Kunoichi once we're done with, once I've actually caught the Noibat. Because I'm not actually going to really intentionally catch Pokemon for the team now. Because I'm spoiling what I'm going to be calling her, but the Noibat that I get is female, and is I'm just going to call it Uzume, after Uzume Tenbushi from the Neptunia series. But whilst I was looking for the Noibat at this section, I just ended up running into the rest of the trainers, and eventually I actually got the Noibat. Every other time I was just like getting a Rido, so it was getting annoying. Anyway, Thunder Wave, a couple of false swipes. The second one didn't really need to crit, but you know. I thought, well, I might as well just throw a heal ball. It's probably definitely going to catch, because it's pretty much just a Pokeball with a different skin. With the added effect of, if the Pokemon actually goes into your party as opposed to the PC, it actually heals it with removes all its status elements. So it's really nice to have if you've got space in your team, but I don't. So finally, the last thing I'm actually going to be doing here is I'm actually going to be evolving the 2 members of the team that aren't actually evolved. Specifically, like I said, the Dust Stone evolves Doublade into Aegislash, and my Gratis Slaying Sword is at full power. It will most certainly destroy pretty much anything that's going to gain its way that doesn't resist whatever moves I happen to have on it. It also loses no guard and actually has a unique ability which I need to replace one of its moves that it currently has. But I'll explain that in the next episode anyway. But Uzume levels up at 48. She also learns Earth Slash at 48, so that's a very useful level up. Earth Slash is decent power. It works off Uzume's better stat and special stat. She has ridiculous special stat as well as ridiculous speed. Turns out it's also timid nature as well, so yeah, Uzume is very likely going to be hitting first. Earth Slash likes to have as high a chance of flinching, so there's also that. She actually evolves into Noivern. I should mention Noibat and Noivern are both dragon flying. They're also pretty frail. Basically, Uzume is built to dole out special hitting hits and not really taking them. Kind of similar to Kunoichi, except Kunoichi's more the physical beat stick. But yeah, now actually the final thing that I'm doing is I'm going back to the movie learner. Excuse me, but I'm going to be learning a few new moves for Uzume and Gearbard. Basically, I'm going to give Uzume Boom Burst, which is sort of a signature attack. It hits everyone in a multiple battle, and it does a lot of damage, and it works off her special stat. And well, overall, it's pretty great. It's nice to have a normal move on the thing. That's not super thing. The other move I'm going to give her is Dragon Pulse. It's going to be another star move. We are going to get finally tutor for Draco Meteor soon, and I was thinking about doing that, but considering that Uzume's special attack is actually really large in comparison to a regular attack, I was thinking, well, Draco has that same sort of thing that Hydro Pump has, but it's super powerful, but accuracy is a bit of a downside, and I just prefer accuracy. I prefer accuracy over power, so get Dragon Pulse instead. I also had it learn Flamethrower of ICM. I'm also teaching Gearburn King's Shield so I can abuse stance change. Basically, it's a variation of Protect. If it gets hit whilst it's in its Protect status, the opponent loses an attack stage. But that's all I need to do, so I'll see you in the next part for whatever I do. Ciao!